Hey everyone, Carrie here from Financial Freedom Evolution. Welcome back to day 3 of the Budget Your Way to Freedom Masterclass. In day 1, we talked about money mindset and your relationship with money and how the mindset affects your behaviors and your actions and your ability to change. And it's part of that financial foundation that we talked about. That it's the groundwork, the support that is the key to building a strong financial roadmap to set you up for success on your financial journey. And then in day 2, we talked about values and beliefs and your behaviors and attitudes and your habits and how they're all intertwined. If you remember your core values, that's what drives your behavior. And your behavior affects your actions. And your habits are a reflection of your actions. The core values, they're key. That is what guides you. It's your compass. So when you're having difficult decisions to make, financially or otherwise, or you're coming across barriers that you are stuck and can't seem to get past, that's when you want to go revisit those core values and look at what's important to you and look at your actions in your life at the time to see if they're aligned with your core values. If you take the time to understand your money mindset and your values, you can ensure that you are aligned, your behaviors are aligned with what's most important to you. Because it's not the roadmap that's going to get you there. It is your behaviors and actions along your journey that is going to keep you moving and pushing past those barriers. Remember, always celebrate the small wins. Don't take them for granted. 1 mile a day is 365 miles a year. 1 mile marker at a time. Don't ever underestimate it. It's the small wins that will get you to your long-term vision. And it may seem small at first, but when you start looking back at all those little steps you did, they add up and they mean so much. Your roadmap is going to keep you focused and on your vision and where you're going. It's all in how you program it right from the start, how you perform your success checks along the way, and how you recalculate your route to keep you moving and navigating through those obstacles along the way. If you don't put your foot on the gas, you're never going to go forward. You'll never realize your dreams and you'll never get to that final destination and live the life that you desire. Achieving your ultimate destination, it's not about how much or how little money you make. It's about being aware of where you are today, right now, and where you want to be in the future. So you can plan and manage your money and financial activities intentionally and make better informed decisions. And I'm just going to give you a sneak peek here. When we talk about, let's see if I can get this up quick. There we go. Let's see. There we go. So when I talk about figuring out where you are right now, you want to take that snapshot, that financial picture of the high-end overview of what's going on. So you want to know what your income is, how much you have in your savings, and then you want to know what your bills are, your consumer debt, your housing, all of those things you want to put on just a one-page snapshot so you can get a quick overview of where you are right now today. And then once you have that overview, then what you want to do is look at the baby steps. And these are the baby steps that you can kind of see where you are once you fill out that financial snapshot. Are you caught up on your bills? Are you up to date on everything? Do you have that $1,000 emergency, baby emergency? Are you in debt? Do you have any debt that you have to pay off? So you just want to kind of go through all of these steps to see where you are right now. And then that will give you an idea, a starting point. So you've got your financial snapshot. Now you're looking at the baby steps to see where you need to start from there. And then after that, you want to move on to your why. And once you know your starting point, your next step is to really understand your why. And your why is, it really is your destination. It's the support and strength to get you there. It has to be big enough to drive you and push you. It's that fuel that keeps you going even when you hit those roadblocks and the obstacles. So your why statement, again, has to be big enough to motivate you. And a why statement, I'm going to pull that up, but it starts with the word to, and you have to fill that in, and then you want to answer so that. So let me show you an example. So this is an example of my why statement. My why statement is to inspire people to be an example of what's possible when they take 100% accountability for their actions, so that together we can change our mindset and control our own destiny and the communities and people around us for the better. So that's an example of a why statement. So your why is really a belief. It is the sum of your core values. And you just want to make sure that you keep that in front of you once you know what that is. And look at your core values every day, revisit them, because you don't want to fall into that trap where you're getting distracted by the influencers. And before you know it, your behavior and your actions are not being aligned with your core values and your why, because you haven't been watching it. So put it up on your computer, write it down, keep it in your purse or your wallet. Read them every morning. Read your core values at night. Ask yourself, what did I do today? What was my behavior like? What was my actions like? Am I aligned with these values that are so important to me? And that's a good way to really stay on target and not get caught up in the distractions. So once you have your starting point and you know what your why is, now you want to get really clear on that vision. And you need to get micro clear. You want to detail this. What are you doing during the day? What are you doing at night? This is if you're retired. What are you doing on the weekends? You want to write that out, what that looks like when you get there. So when you do get to that destination, you can recognize it. I have an example of one. It's not as detailed as you still want to go, because when you're first doing this, you want to just do like a brainstorm and just start writing. You just want to write and write and write and write and put down what you want to do and what it looks like and get really detailed. But the one I have is pretty detailed and specific too, and it will give you an example. So here's what it looks like, and I will read that to you. The top part here is, what is my vision and where I want to be in 3 to 5 years? What does it look like when I reach my goal? How do I feel when I have achieved my goal? What impact have I made? And so the example I have here is, I have become the exception to the norm by breaking the cycle of living paycheck to paycheck and living a life of freedom and abundance. I am debt-free and in control of my money instead of my money controlling me. I have a fully funded emergency of 6 months' expenses to provide security and peace of mind to my family. I have built wealth, and I am giving like I've never been able to give before. And I have a legacy that I am proud of to leave for generations to come. I feel empowered, free, secure, and proud. So as you can see, it's very detailed, and I'm answering the questions up above. I can tell, where I want to be in 3 to 5 years. I know what it looks like, what that goal is going to look like when I reach it. And I know how I feel. I'm feeling free and secure and proud. And the impact it's making is, I'm leaving a legacy that I'm proud of for generations to come. I'm leaving security for my family. I'm building wealth so that I can give like I've never given before. So this is an example of what a vision could look like, and it shows you how you can really visualize that and feel it, and you'll be able to recognize that when you're there. So your vision is your long-term goals, and you have your starting point. So now you want to work backwards and figure out what your short-term goals are. And those are the mile markers along the way, those short-term goals, the short wins that are going to give you that motivation to keep going. And those are the ones that you want to celebrate, those small wins. And you want to map that all out, kind of going backwards to see what you have to do to get from point A to point B. So that's all I have today for the goals and your vision. Tomorrow we are going to get into the prep work to do your budget. Now that you're already prepared with your mindset and understanding your core values and really knowing where that's coming from, and then getting into your goals and your vision. So we'll do the prep work tomorrow, and then the final day I'm going to go through the actual budget and show you how to build that budget out fairly quickly and see what a high-end overview is looking at your annual budget from January all the way through December. So I will see you tomorrow, and thanks for stopping by.